Hey guys, welcome back to Pulse Fan TV, and today we're going to be doing the match preview for the Dublin Derby. Shamrock Rovers away tomorrow. Big game, obviously, always a big game against Rovers. Um, yeah, I don't know, it's been a positive enough start, I think, with two draws and a win in our first three. Rovers have had a bit of a shaky start. I think it's two defeats in their first four. Um, a lot of people had them as their favourites. There's they've got competition now with the likes of Derry and Pads who are above them. Um, so let's just wait and see what happens with Rovers. They've got so many good players on their team, and I don't want to give them too much credit, but they do. To be fair to them, they've got lots of options in midfield, the likes of Marjorie, Bourne, Tell, Watts, O'Neill, Ronan Finn can play there. Um, I think they're a little light up front. They've got Aaron Green and Gaffney who are they don't. I don't think they score enough goals to be honest. I know they got a young lad there in Mako, I think his name is. He's decent, I guess, but I think they do lack some goals. But they get a lot of goals from midfield with likes of Bourne and Mandrew. They got a solid defence as well. They've got like people like Lopez there, and obviously Andy Lyons, Lee Grace, other players there who are good. But yeah, I think it's going to be a tough game. Obviously, going up in Tala, it's never going to be easy. I think not that we've struggled, but I think if we were at Daily Mail, they'd be a little bit more confident that we that we might win. Nonetheless, we're always up for the fight against Rovers. We've proven that time and time again over the years. More maybe at Daily Mail than in Tala, but I think I think we've shown that we definitely really want it more than Rovers at times. I think that's won us a lot of derbies over the years. Hopefully that's the same tomorrow. But I think Rovers really need to start getting a bit of form going to try and get back into the top of the table. Um, I think this is a good opportunity for them as well because they're at home. It's a Dublin derby. They'll want to put on a performance for the fans and to try and get back into the top of the table. But as for us, Promise is going to be a big miss. Obviously, wasn't never a second yellow. I don't know why. I think it was Damien McGrath, was it? He just kind of he just made a complete mess of it, really. And yeah, it was a second yellow, but I don't think it was. Um, so it looks like someone like Brian Cassie's going to have to step in. I'd be confident that he'd be able to do okay. He's got pedigree over in England with Accrington Stanley and Watford. And he's still young as well. He has struggled with injuries, I think, over the past couple of years, but he can score goals. And hopefully that starts tomorrow. I think we'll probably set up similar to the way we have done over the past few games. I think we kind of played 4-for-3 in midfield with Flores, Devoy, and Doherty. Doherty looks really solid. Looks like he loves to put in a challenge, like kind of like that Key Buckley kind of player. Jordan Flores has made a decent start. Dawson Devoy has too. I think we'll still probably be missing Liam Burton Jr. I don't know. I don't think they'll be back. I'm not sure. I haven't really heard anything, but it'll probably be um, Twardek, Koo and Cassidy probably as a front three. But I'll get into the team in a minute, but more on about the game. It's such a shame that it's not on TV, really. I know a lot of kind of fuss has been made about it on social media that I think they're showing like a rugby game instead. I don't know why, but it's a sellout in Thailand, and I don't see why it's not on TV. Obviously, I don't think RTE really cared too much about the League of Ireland. I know these claim that they do. It's just kind of it doesn't get enough views, but I don't know. I don't see why it's sold out Dublin Derby wouldn't. But that's their take on it. But I'll get into my predicted lineup. In goal, probably James Talbot. No one else really. Back four, Feely, Horton, Kelly, and Wilson. Wilson missed the last game. I'm not sure if there's an injury involved there. Um, Max Murphy played against Finn Harps, and I suppose he was okay. He didn't really make much of a difference on the game, but I'll put him in there anyway. Just maybe he had a knock or something or something. But I don't know whether he's injured or not. Hopefully not because he is a big player. I think he's going to be the club captain this year, so we'll need him for the game tomorrow. Midfield, like I mentioned, it's probably going to be Devoy, Flores, and Doherty. Solid midfield three. I think I trust that three in the midfield. I think that's a really good solid three. I think we'll win a lot of games with them three in the middle of the park. I think Jordan Doherty be there to kind of break up play, win the ball back. Flores and Devoy are two good technical players, so I think that's a really solid three in midfield. Then front three, it'll be probably Twardek, Cassidy, and Ali Koo. Um, I think Ali Koo and Twardek, they'll really get at the Rovers fullbacks, try causing problems, get balls into the box for Ryan Cassidy, which is kind of the way we set up normally most of the time anyway. Trying to look to cause that Rovers midfield or defence, sorry, problems. I think score prediction wise, they're always so hard to call Dublin derbies. They could really go either way. I think I'll go with a draw. Just gonna be sit on the safe side. I'll go with a draw, 1-1. I think it'll be a tight game, cagey enough, I'd imagine. Um, Rovers I think they've had a couple of problems in their team about certain players not being happy when substituted off. I think when Graham Burke scored against UCD, did he go over and like point to Stephen Bradley or something? I think I heard something about that. It's just interesting, but obviously there's a lot of competition for places in that Rovers team, and any team they put out. Like I forgot to even when I was mentioning the options that they've got in midfield, I forgot to mention players like Graham Burke. They've got Bourne, Mandrew, Watts, O'Neill, Tell, um, players with real quality, like you know obviously I think there's a lot of egos in that dressing room, and they'll all be competing for spots. And is it the happiest dressing room at Rovers right now? I'm not too sure with the kind of way some of the players may be behaving, but nonetheless, they're a good side. Like I said at the start of the year, I don't want to give them too much credit because I don't like them to be honest, but I just don't want to give them too much credit. But they are a really good side. Um, it can cause us problems, but they've got a big squad, and but I think we'll we'll dig deep. We'll show the fight. Whereas Rovers, I don't know, I haven't really seen it in a lot of their players over the past few years that they've really wanted. I think we've wanted it more, and hopefully that works in our favour. But I think I'll go with a draw. It's going to be a tight game. Um, so that's where I'll end it. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment down below your thoughts heading into the game, your score predictions, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.